remember as a little girl visiting all of these really amazing and exciting places across the globe, being able to play with what I thought to be some of the coolest people on the planet, and even singing on stage with some of Motown's finest. Or at least that's how that all played out in my little head. You see, as an only child, being a dreamer and full of imagination was every bit my experience. That ability to imagine and play the world of possibilities in living color with ease and without limitation to my current reality was every bit my childhood adventure. But now, in the real world of adulthood, right? In the real world of corporate adventures, personal ambitions, career dynamics, gains, losses, pressures, people, that ability to have vision can easily become a lost art. But it is that ability to harness and to project vision into our lives that will consistently deliver power, success, and champion-like results if we dare to have vision. Now, this conversation about vision is one that I'm extremely passionate about, as you can see. It's one that really speaks my voice in this season. I can say it's truly an authentic mission. But I've come to realize, I believe some folks think that perhaps I've had this kind of revelation about vision throughout my life, and that's a very generous proposition, but that's not one I can fully own. You see, I've been very blessed. I've been able to have a full legal career and then to be able to sing on stages internationally, in real life this time, I should mention that, and to be able to travel to Africa and to help students get the educational opportunities that they so rightfully deserve. To be a part of the Miss America program even, that was a really fun part of life. But the truth is, I haven't always had this vision thing down. I've had some botched opportunities. I've had some missteps. I've had some times where I just kind of regret how I lost my footing in the face of adversity. And so let's be very clear. This conversation about vision and the true power of vision as your winning edge and the depth of transformation that I'm talking about today is every bit intentional. See, this is something you've got to fight for. This is something that is going to take you from that ache in your belly for greatness and freedom to an undeniable reality that's rich with purpose and with freedom. This is something that you've got to frame. We don't really know, we don't really engage vision as our winning edge until we frame it in terms of the fight of our lives. The fight for your career, the fight for your destiny, the fight for recognition of your value and of your worth, the fight for balance even, right? The fight of our lives. That happens to be something that I know a little bit about. I was minding my own business, and all of a sudden I found myself in the hospital room. The door opens, and the doctor comes in, and she sits down beside me, and she puts her hand on my leg. And I remember that well, because I remember thinking, whatever comes after this can't be good. And she says, "Ma'am, there's no way that your son can make it now, but that doesn't mean we can't believe for a miracle." Miracle? What just happened? You know, you ever have the world, all is well with the world, and then the bottom falls out? We were 19 weeks pregnant, and all of a sudden, they thought we'd deliver at any moment, but what no one knew was that there were slim chances for both him and for me. So they admit us, days go by, weeks go by, I'm still in that same hospital bed, that same hospital room. The door opens, the doctor comes in. He says, "Mrs. Robinson, we have more information about your condition." Man, That conversation came about so many times. We eventually had 5 surgical specialists assigned to our one case. Now, we all like a little attention every now and then, right? Just not like that, just not like that. And so days go by, weeks go by, I'm in that same hospital bed, that same hospital room, and the door opens, and the nurses come in, and there's a sense of urgency. And they tell me, well, Mrs. Robinson, we've got your lab work, and we really would like to do a transfusion, but we need your permission. There's slim risk. There is the rare case that your body could respond and reject your baby, but it's so rare. It's very rare. And everything that could go wrong did go wrong, but we recovered from that. More days go by, more weeks go by in that same hospital bed, that same hospital room, and the door opens, doctor comes in, but something was different. And the doctor was fighting back tears, and she shared with me what she could through her tears, and then she said, it just always happens to the kindest people. That's a great compliment. But that did something to me. It woke something up in me. I realized she counted me out. She counted me a loss. There'll be times in your life where you have all the information that you need. You know the odds are stacked up against you. You get it. There are times in your life where it is simply time to shut the door. And that's exactly what I did. I shut the door. No more doctors, no more nurses, no more reports. This is a matter of life or death. We've got to employ a whole nother strategy, right? See, your purpose, your calling is a matter of life or death. Somebody is depending on you to fulfill your purpose as much as you are. And you know what I did? When I closed the door to every voice, every conversation that was speaking against what was possible in my life, I called on vision. Day in and day out, I closed my eyes and I visualized my son, not just making it, no, not just being okay. I visualized him in the future. He was an adult. He was walking in his purpose. He was walking in his calling, and I was well and okay right beside him. I fixated myself daily, journaled it, experienced it, talked it, until eventually I became the vision. I had been in the hospital for so long that my muscles began to atrophy. So I called my husband and I asked him to bring me some weights. So radical KEITRA is on complete bed rest in the bed, lifting weights. Because my vision said that I was going to have a baby to hold and that I was going to be well enough to take care of that baby. See, when you engage the winning edge of vision, it takes over your entire being. It takes over who you are. You become the vision. See, vision is powerful. It's even bigger than your dream, because what vision does is it takes your dream, it plots itself in it, opens it up, gives God an opportunity to sprinkle your experience with some miracles that are the result of the faith and the hope that's been lifted as a result of your what? Your vision. There's something I need to be sure to leave with you with this anecdote, this story of vision. And that is that I actually had a name for this purpose that was living on the inside of me well before everything went upside down. And I remember telling my friends about the name, and they were like, KEITRA, that's deep. that's a deep name. You might consider trying again. And that name was Legend, which means one who inspires. And our living legend was born at just 25 weeks, 1 pound, 7 ounces. And despite all of the odds that were stacked up against him, sepsis, brain bleeds, blindness, lifetime paralysis, lifetime health and mental issues, he is one happy, whole, hilarious, spirited little boy today. See, the thing about it is the purpose that is on the inside of you has a name too, and it's called great. You're made in the image of greatness. The real question is, are you willing? Are you willing to engage the winning edge of vision, to be unrelentless, to be unwavering, to be committed to taking vision and allowing it to engage and internalize and be something that takes over your every being? There's something that my mother often shared with me, and it's something that's a source of inspiration for me even today, so I want to leave it with you. And it is that the road to success, it ain't always straight. There'll be some curves called failures. There'll be some loops called confusion. Every now and then you might have a speed bump called a friend. You might even have some flats called a job. But if you have a spare called determination, if you have faith, and I would like to say if you have a driver called vision, you're sure to get to your destination of success in this Olympiad of life. It has truly been an honor to have this opportunity to share this message, to share this time in this space with you. And as I always like to end in the words of Dr. Benjamin E. Mays, we've only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon us, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to us to use it. We must suffer if we lose it, for we've only just a minute, and eternity is in it. Make your moment count. Fight, stand, win with the winning edge of vision. God bless you and thank you.